Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
All right, we are back. There were 4 jail arraignments, 1 bench warrant arraignment, and the magistrate is going to do the other arraignments. I'm going to deal with this one case. I'm still trying to stay away from all my staff. People versus Allison Osmick. And that may be it for today. We go somewhere where other people aren't. Anyway, she's in the waiting room and we're waiting for the public defender to join us. So we're on the record. A happy birthday to Dan Frazine, who is here. He's her probation officer. And everybody's got the weather they got. So we do have a full morning on Monday and a full afternoon on Monday. It's been kind of a disjointed week because I was gone Wednesday and had a blank day yesterday. But we did find things to do, and then a half a day today, which is probably just as well. So I can't talk anymore. Some people consider it to be a blessing. Good morning, Ms. Osmick. I'll be with you in just a minute as soon as the public defender gets here.
Okay. And good morning.
All right, good morning. They just put you in the waiting room while we wait for him. All right, good morning, everyone. This is a bench warrant arraignment. When I looked this morning, I didn't see this when I first got here about 7:15. Then later I learned that Allison Osmick had been arrested and was in our jail and we needed to see her. So this is file number 23646FY, Allison Faye Osmick. The original charge was resisting, obstructing, 2 counts, operating while intoxicated, and some other things, no insurance, driving suspended. The defendant pled to impaired driving and attempted resisting, obstructing a police officer, and that was some time ago. She was placed on probation to Daniel Frazine, and things didn't go all that well. Mr. Frazine filed a probation violation petition. We spent a lot of time on this case. The allegation is that you were placed on probation on June 5th of 2023 for 24 months, and you violated the conditions by failing to pay fines and costs, failing to abstain from the use of drugs and alcohol, failing to participate in the treatment program as directed, failing to obtain an ID or Social Security, failing to seek or obtain and maintain work. We had a plan where we were going to get you into the Hope House and try to get something under your feet. Well, it didn't work. Daniel alleges that, well, anyway, you didn't show up for that hearing when it was scheduled in 2023. I think it was October, and I issued a bench warrant for your arrest. So let me ask a couple questions, Ms. Osmick. Where did you get arrested last night?
At my work.
Which was where?
Applebee's.
Where?
In Kalamazoo.
How did they come to arrest you?
Well, they told me that somebody called and told them that I had a warrant and that I was probably working. I'm not sure what that was all about, but.
Well, I don't know either.
Somebody must have it out for me. I'm pretty sure I know who, but.
Well, the truth of the matter is you just went off the grid. Daniel says in September. Well, it sounds like you may be doing better than you were. We had some very difficult hearings back in the day. Defendant has failed to comply with virtually every condition of her probation. She is not engaged in treatment. She did not report to this officer after being released from jail, even though she decided to change her treatment plan on her own. She was supposed to go to the Gilmore Center for 14 days and then the Hope House. She does not even comply. Well, let me finish. She doesn't even comply with attending 2 meetings per week as ordered by the court. She hasn't obtained an ID, gotten a job, or tested as ordered. Now, it sounds like you must have done some of those things. The facts of this case and how completely out of it she was when she was assaulting and threatening the officers suggest a sanction of more than 60 days would be justified, as the number of 136 days was originally used, which left 60 days deferred. So his recommendation, at least back then, was to revoke your probation and give you 60 days in jail. It sounds like since September or October of 23, you kind of turned things around. How long have you worked at Applebee's?
I've worked there since June, I believe. June of last year.
All right. But all the time you knew there was a warrant for you down here, didn't you?
Yes.
It apparently didn't do much of a background check when they hired you. Had you worked anywhere else before you worked at Applebee's?
No, I tried, but I didn't get hired at a couple other places, but I did go to Applebee's. I've worked at Applebee's before, so I worked there in Three Rivers.
I remember. Did you get your ID?
Yes.
Do you have a driver's license or just an ID?
Just an ID right now.
Don't tell me the street number, but where do you live?
In Kalamazoo.
So tell me the name of the street, but not the number.
Oh, 11th Street.
Is it a Motel 8 or a motel, one of those motel ones?
It is a motel, yes. But
You
I've
were
been
at
there
the
for 3 months now.
extended Bay America. Are you still there?
No, I'm at Baymont. All my stuff's there right now.
That's very expensive.
It is very expensive.
How much does it cost?
It's been costing about 55 to 65 a day.
All right. The question is, obviously we need to set a probation violation hearing. You were in bad shape at some of these earlier hearings, and then you were supposed to go to Gilmore. You bailed on that. You didn't go to Hope House. We had a plan to try to help you get situated. Apparently you went out on your own. Living in that motel isn't the greatest option, but everybody needs a place to stay.
Well, I'm actually working on moving and getting even better. Like, my boyfriend lives in Chicago right now, and he wants me to come move with him as long as I get all this stuff taken care of. And then I will find a better job, and we're gonna work together to move forward.
Get a good job, move out of the city. What Applebee's are you at? Daniel, could you see if you can get through to them and see if she is in fact working there?
Yeah, I can. I would also add that I've had several phone calls, not all from the same person, or since she's been gone, talking about like her partying, living from one hotel to another hotel. I don't think anything's changed, and her living situation would be reminiscent of a lot of people who are still struggling. And the fact that she's had Applebee's, and I don't know how long, I don't remember how long she said she's had it.
Since June.
Makes me think that it took her quite a while to get a job. Makes me think that she's still doing the same old, she just hasn't been caught. That's my philosophy or thought on
Well, we'll find out.
that. I will call it.
It might be hard to get through there, but would you see?
I do know that I was told just recently that she was working there, and I do think that's why she got picked up.
All right, so somebody
say something, please?
Yes, go
Ma'am,
ahead, Dan. You can use my phone if you want.
So
it's gonna be on the record.
Yes.
basically going by
All right,
what
the
my,
question, Ms. Osmic, I'm
yes,
going to recommend that you plead not guilty, and we set this for a probation violation hearing. The question is, what am I gonna do with your bond? And you
I'd
have
like-
children someplace. Where are your children?
there was their dad and grandmother,
Which is where?
3 Rivers. They're the ones that are trying to like call him and say things to him that aren't true. They are.
All right,
done this for the
who do
past
you
5
think
years.
dined you out to the police?
I'm sorry, what?
Who do you think dined you out to the police?
That would be my kids' grandmother and their dad. They are constantly against me and trying to get me in trouble. I don't know what the whole end game is, but they constantly have done this for the past 5-6 years now, since me and him split up.
Well, the truth of the matter is you've been AWOL, and I've had a warrant out for your arrest for 1.5 years.
I mean,
And
I've
it
just
had to
been
come to
working,
a
really.
head at some point. What?
I've just been working, really. I work a lot.
Well, that's not the answer. I'm gonna not go to court. I'm not gonna go to treatment. I'm not gonna test.
I was scared.
I'm just
I
gonna
was
quit
scared.
showing up and get a job and try not to get arrested.
I was showing up for testing, but they needed $30 every time, and I didn't have a job at that point.
Ma'am,
Yeah, that is an ongoing issue.
But I would show up. I was always there to do it, but I just didn't have the money.
Do you share your apartment with somebody else, or do you have your own?
No, it's my own.
How do you get back and forth to work?
Lyft like Uber, but it's Lyft. I usually pay for my rides, and then usually somebody I work with will bring me back after work. But I usually get rides there and then get a ride home from a coworker, usually.
All right.
if I might offer some input as far as bond.
Yes.
While she has been absent on this warrant, there's no indication that she's committed any future crime and any further criminal activity. So there's that part. She's gainfully employed, she has her own housing. She's done a lot of the positive things that the court wanted her to perform in probation. So we would ask the court to consider all that when it sets bond.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I gave her 186 days, credit 16, 120 days to serve and 60 deferred. Daniel, what did you learn from Applebee's?
I spoke with the manager there. He did confirm she is working there, and he says, without checking the records, but June sounds about right. And he says that she does a nice job there.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know what to do here ultimately, but I guess the world isn't going to come to an end if I let you out of jail to keep your job. If I gave you a drug test today, what would it show?
It would show dirty for marijuana. And that's probably it.
Probably. Is there some meth lurking around in the background?
No. I mean,
How about
I have dabbled with it here and there, but not much. I work too much to even have time for anything.
well, meth is a hard thing to dabble in. That was a large source of your problems.
Right, but I'm not like I used to be at all.
Well, you
At all.
seem better, for one thing. I had some very difficult hearings with you. Right off the bat, you seem more lucid. I have a phone number that ends in 6643. Is that still accurate?
No, it's not.
Well, let's find a place to put this.
Would you like my new number?
We'll get it before we're done, but
Okay.
Set a PV hearing. The original attorney was Paul Gibson.
If we let her out today, could she go to the DRC and test?
She didn't have any money, but yeah, we'll just hope for the best. Let's see here.
But she could come here and Autumn could do it, right?
That's what we'll do. All right, I'm gonna set a PV hearing for Thursday, February 8th. Will somebody come get you?
Yeah,
All right, when they do, I want you to come up here to the courthouse. I want you to check in with Daniel. We'll get your contact information, your correct phone number, and you're gonna take a urine test. If you're positive, I'm not gonna cancel it, but it'll let me know whether I'm dealing with methamphetamine still or not. I fear that I am. All right, Thursday, February 8th at 10 a.m.
okay,
Make that 9:30 a.m. Defendant to come to courthouse before going back to Kalamazoo, meet with probation officer and take a urine test. If you don't show up, I'm gonna issue another bench warrant for you and then I'll just hold on to you. But for the time being, you've got a job and we've confirmed that it's legit. All right, do you have any questions?
no, I don't think so.
All right, I'm gonna set the bond at $2,500 PR. No drugs, no alcohol. Test as directed. May not leave the state of Michigan. Provide all contact information to the probation department. All right, something's going on between you and your ex and your mother, his mother, that's precipitated this. I don't know exactly what that is, but the bad news is you're sitting in jail. The good news is there's no longer a bench warrant hanging over your head. Your boss seems to like you, so don't screw this up again.
Okay.
You got 60 days hanging over your head, but the reality is you've got up to a year hanging over your head. So I've got discretion, but we had a plan all worked out and you didn't like it, so you just booked. So let's see where we are a year and a half later. All right, when you get out, you come here to the courthouse, get your contact information, and we'll give you a urine test. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, that's it. I'm gonna shut this off and cough. My chest hurts.